Hi everybody, this is Tanya again. Today I'm going to show you a little simple dish that I like and tried to copycat it because it costs so much now. You know, this dish used to cost $5 for a nice tray. Now it's like 12 bucks for the same tray. No, take that back. The tray has gotten smaller. So, I'm a cheapskate. I don't like to spend all my money if I don't have to. If I could duplicate that recipe, I will duplicate it. And that's what I'm going to do for you. First, I'm going to slice up some chicken breast. Then, you see I'm boiling my big pot of water over there. That's going to be for these lo mein noodles. You have to use lo mein noodles. Now, they're hard to find. I actually had to order them from Walmart because you can't find them in the store. So, I have my noodles. I've washed my chicken. As you know, we don't just take chicken out of a bag. We have to wash it off real good. So, I'm going to go on and chop my chicken up real good. You know, just dice it to stir fry it. But first thing I'm going to do, well, I'll tell you in a moment. I'm going to go on and dice up these chicken breast tenderloins. And then I'll come back. Now, I don't know if I told you why I'm doing these quick little shows. But I remember, I'm retired now, but I remember working, coming home after a long day from being either in the Army or police officer, and I'm tired. But I'm not one to just go eat out every day. I like to cook my food at home, because I've seen some of the little nasty things that people do when they're cooking your food, and I hate that. So, I thought of quick meals that I could cook for my family. Sure, during the week time, the weekday, they may come from a box, but they're from home. And I'm using my own meat or whatever, but I may take a hamburger helper or dirty rice or something like that, or the Jiffy cornbread hack that I showed you on the other video. So, these little meals are meant to be quick and easy, so moms don't have to go out and spend $40 feeding their family in one night. Who has that kind of money? When you could just make a whole meal for a little of nothing. Now, I've cut my chicken up. Usually, you may want to get you some thighs, boneless thighs if you could get them, and use thighs. But you try to keep if you use breast meat, like I like white meat, so if you use breast meat, you want to make sure that you keep it nice and moist and tender. You don't want to dry it out when you're cooking it or anything. So, that's all been washed. My hands have been washed. Let's Clorox this thing here. Clorox it. Everything with chicken, make sure you Clorox it. And then, all that bacteria. But these simple meals are meant to save you and your family money. So, just little tips. On the weekend, you could spend more time, make more luxurious meals. But on the weekdays, instead of sitting in those Chick-fil-A lines and things like that, You just want to get home, make a simple meal. Even if it's hamburger helper. You know kids like hamburger helper. Spaghetti. Get you a bottle of ragu or something. But at least it's made at home and you have money in your pocket. If you decide to go out one night and eat on the weekend, fine. But I'm not that type. Now, we have our chicken here. What I'm going to do, and something I always do, all my meat gets turmeric, ground turmeric. Turmeric, they say, now I'm not a doctor, but turmeric, they say, helps the heart, blood pressure, helps a lot of stuff. So I use turmeric on all my meat, no matter what kind of meat it is. And instead of salt and pepper, well, I may use a little bit of pink salt. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to marinate this chicken in some teriyaki sauce. A whole bunch of teriyaki sauce and a little bit of vegetable oil. And that's what we're going to do. I say that was maybe about a cup of teriyaki sauce and some vegetable oil. We'll get. I have enough teriyaki. We'll get some vegetable oil. Pour that over it. Say about a third to a half cup of vegetable oil. And what we're going to do, we're going to mix this all up. I'm going to sit it in the refrigerator for a few minutes and put my noodles in. Because my water is boiling. So those noodles have to cook for about 8 minutes actually. Say 6 minutes, but actually they need to cook for about 8 minutes. You don't want them limp. You just want them just right. Limp noodles, all depends on how fast your stove is cooking too, how hot your flames are. I have a very hot gas stove. And so it all depends on how hot that is. But now, another thing I'm going to put in here, besides the oil and the teriyaki sauce, I'll slip it by my husband. But as soon as I finish cooking, he's going to have to come in here and eat. So, doesn't get that acid reflux. So, I'm going to slip it by him. And a little bit of really, really hot pepper. I don't know if you can see that. That's some really hot chili pepper. So, I'm going to put that in there. Think I can slip it by him? He's not too crazy about the hot pepper, but he loves his chicken teriyaki and noodles. So, all that, get all that mixed up. We're going to have to mix it up with our hand, because it's not going to go right otherwise. Yeah, that's the good stuff. So, we're going to cover this, put it in the refrigerator until the noodles are ready. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I had to get everything sanitized and wiped down. I have my lo mein noodles cooking. I have the timer on so I don't overcook them, because that wouldn't be a good thing. Put a little bit of oil in there for my chicken, even though it's already got some oil. Still needs a little bit more. So just put a little bit of oil, however much you think you may need. And the chicken. The oil is hot. I'm going to put my chicken in there. And stir it up until I stir fry it. And that oil is hot already. Here's that sugar. The hot peppers. Gonna stir fry it up. Chicken doesn't even look like chicken anymore with the teriyaki sauce on it. But that's okay. I'm gonna get my other spoon for this. Because I can use it. It's not a Teflon, it's a real wok. The one I had before, I hated because it was Teflon and you had to use plastic in it. So, that didn't seem real enough to me. So, I went and bought me a real wok. Let me check my noodles, stir them up a little bit. And with this handy dandy tool, spaghetti tool here, keeps them from getting stuck together. Let me show you this little tool. Fun little tool. And I use that for my noodles and spaghettis and things like that. So, we're getting this all stirred up. A little teriyaki chicken here. It's gonna be really good. You really gotta try it. I'm gonna put a little bit more teriyaki on this. Probably don't need it, but since I didn't use the Himalayan salt, it'll be okay. Use just a little teensy bit of Himalayan salt because I have so much meat in there. Just a little tiny bit of Himalayan salt. That's one thing my husband and I are not into too much is salt. So I'm very sparing on the salt. A little coming out. I think that'll be good enough. If not, he could put a little bit more on the food, but he never has to add in. That pink salt is supposed to be good for you too. It's a Himalayan pink salt, and it's very light and saltiness. So it's not salty. I use that or sea salt in most of my food. Even though I eat a whole lot of fatty stuff, like all that butter that I slathered on that cornbread. But I guess a little fatty stuff is not too bad for you, huh? Now, okay, my noodles are ready. I'm going to turn them off because I don't want them overcooked. I'm going to drain them out. My chicken is ready too, but I'll let that cook just a little bit more. Check my noodles just to make sure, because remember I said I'll go either 6 or 8 minutes. But these are some noodles that you do not want to overcook. rather have them undercooked than overcooked. It's that type of noodle. If I grab one out. That type of noodle. Yeah. Okay. It's ready. Perfect. Perfect. So, get my colander and take them out. Because we don't want them overcooked. That would be a bad thing. So, put on some hot pads. I want to drop this big heavy hot pot. I'll drain my noodles. But basically, I guess you could say that I cooked them for about 7 minutes. So that was in between the 6 and the 8. So I cooked them for about 7 minutes. So it's all done. Sit that up there and let it finish draining. Get back to my chicken. Oh yeah. Got a nice sauce on it. If I had my cameraman here, you could really see how it's just cooking up here. But I don't have my cameraman here, so I'm trying to do it myself. But this is a great dish. It is so delish. But my chicken, my teriyaki sauce just kind of caramelized in there a little bit with that chicken. Just kind of caramelized. See it? But what you're going to do now is throw your noodles in there. Yep, just dump them in there. I don't like a messy kitchen, so I'm cooking. And we're gonna, I could bring this over here, it's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna stir it up a bit here. Get another hand here. Kind of toss it up a little bit. And have a good old family meal. Now, if you want some vegetables, some of that broccoli chicken recipe that I made for you. Make some of that and put your broccoli in there. It'll go kind of good with this. Or have some string beans or some broccoli and carrots on the side. Have a good old American Chinese meal. But I'm just kind of mixing it all up here. Ah, I can smell the pepper. I wish this was smell-o-vision. Smells so good. Can't wait to dig into this. I better call my husband on in here. Don't want him to have any kind of acid reflux behind these peppers. These peppers are no joke. But I think I have enough meat and noodles to cover it up some. So you won't be jumping all around. So, I'll show you what this looks like actually. When you pan it up, got your noodles, all those noodles are so good. I just wish they weren't so hard to find. More that meat in there, because I got plenty of meat. Oh gosh. Plenty of meat. I overdid the meat, I think. Well, I guess you can never really overdo your meat. But these noodles are kind of a mess, huh? So we're going to cut this off somewhere here. And let me put that. This is going to be my plate anyway, so anyway, sorry. This one is mine. Now, see that nice chicken? All caramelized with the teriyaki sauce. And, well, I'm sorry you don't have any of that hot chili pepper. Probably could find some in the store though. But, I'm going to enjoy my meal. Call Bubba in here first. But remember, if you could get the chicken thighs, the boneless chicken thighs, that would be probably a little better, because most people like that dark meat, but I'm crazy about the chicken breast. And it's very seldom you'll see me eat anything other than chicken breast. See how nice that is? So, perfect. I didn't even need to add the little Himalayan salt that I did add. This is perfect. I just need a little bit more chili sauce. All I need. So, go off and cook that little quick meal for your family. Stay out of Burger King, McDonald's. By the time you get up to the front of the line, you use a half tank of gas. How much is gas now? Then you're handing over like $40. Some chicken, your bag of chicken, chop it up, put some teriyaki sauce in it, some oil, and just let it sit in the refrigerator a few. Cook your noodles, get your noodles, only noodles that taste good are the lo mein noodles. So, my phone just turned on. Guess it wanted to talk to me. So, anyway, get you some lo mein noodles. Cook them no more than 7 minutes. Take them out the pot. You overcook a lo mein noodle, you might as well throw it away, because it's terrible. So, I think before I enjoy my meal, I better get my husband in here so he won't complain. But anyway, remember to like and subscribe so you see what else I'm cooking. Subscribe. I got a whole lot of stuff up my sleeve. I may be from Los Angeles, but my mom was from Louisiana. So, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. Hit it right now. See you later.